Hey there, Sean Bailey, and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to get more email subscribers without buying more traffic. So I'm going to give you 10 ways to get more subscribers and show you how you could potentially double your conversion rate, because when I first started out, I definitely did not have good converting pages. It was in the low teens, sometimes single digits. I definitely did not have good converting squeeze pages, and I tried a lot of stuff. I tried fancy graphics, I tried flashy items and whatnot, and little plugins and things, but I did not get additional conversion. So I just thought, okay, I'm not using like the right look or the right logo or the right tool. But then I kind of got an inside look at some like literally downright ugly landing pages that were converting like monsters. I'm talking like 75%, and with 3 out of 4 visitors opting in and joining your tribe of followers, I was like, okay, I got to figure out what's going on here. So I knew it wasn't about like graphics or hype. It was about getting attention and holding it. Whether it was like text, video, it really doesn't matter as long as it converts. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why I learned all I could about persuasion and copywriting, as well as modeling what was already successful. So I tried some things that worked, and I did some things that didn't work, but I kept at it. And then I was pleasantly surprised kind of check my stats inside of ClickFunnels and see how much of what I applied had changed my conversion rates from my landing pages. So I'm going to show you that. I'll actually show you some stats from it, and now I'm getting some pretty good results on my lead generation pages, and I'll show you some of them and show you what's going on. Now, the reason this is important is because I promise you conversions can be increased. And the reason that this is important is that traffic is a cost, so they're likely to get more expensive as time goes on. So you need to maximize every single ounce of traffic that comes into your funnels. So if you've got an opt-in page that's converting at 15%, and you're able to go to 30%, and everything else remains the same, your sales page converts the way it was, and everything else converts the way that it was after that, but you're getting twice as many visitors going through there, you've essentially just doubled the money and the profit coming from that funnel. So I said that I would show you a little bit inside of my inside some of my funnels here. So now the first one hasn't had quite 100 visitors yet, but still out of the 80 that have been there, 36 have opted in. So I'm pretty happy with a 45% conversion rate on that one. Some of the other ones you can see 64% and 55% conversion rate on some landing pages using the techniques that I'm going to show you. So enough about me. Let's get to the goods. So the first thing is going to be your headline. And when you're doing your headline, here's a really simple way of kind of applying and basically checking to make sure that you've got a good headline. So there's 4 U's to a good headline: unique, urgent, useful, ultra specific. And I'm going to show you each one of the. I'm going to show you this in action with a headline, right? So with this one here, we can see how to double your landing page opt-ins in the next 7 minutes with the helpful student technique. So it is definitely unique, whatever the helpful student technique is. We don't know about that. It's ultra specific because we're going to double landing page opt-ins. It's urgent because we can show in the next 7 minutes, so don't miss out. You're going to see how it's done in just 7 minutes from now. And overall, of course, it's useful. If you can double your landing page opt-ins, well, you've just increased your business essentially by 2-fold. So it's not always easy to just whip up a kick-ass headline. So what I like to do is evolve my copy. So just start with the simplest headline formula, which is how to gain without loss. So how to lose weight without dieting. How to drop 9 pounds this week with a new Brazilian additive. So I just basically use that technique, and just with each new line, I just kind of evolve and add and try to get as close to the 4 U's as I can. And here you can see after about 10 lines, you come up with something crazy like this as far as a headline. But as you can see, I've tried to get as many of the 4 U's as I can into this headline here, and I think I've come pretty close. It's a bit wordy, and we'd have to see how it performed, but don't be afraid to use the whole copy evolution technique. So the next thing is that you've got to sell free. Nobody needs another PDF or ebook or video. But if someone is trying to lose weight, they do want a 27-page workbook for targeting problem areas of the body and destroying fat pockets. See what I mean? And in some cases, it's harder to sell free than it is a low cost or like tripwire item. So even though it's free, it's still got to be sold to them. Next, you want to make sure that you've got strong calls to action. That's what a CTA means, call to action. So when there's a button on your landing page or your squeeze page underneath the name and email field, so they've decided yes, they want this ebook, and then you've got a spot for them to put in their email address, and then the button underneath, and the things never to use are submit, confirm, or subscribe. Why? Because those are lame terms that make people think they're signing up for some kind of list, right? And what we want to do is tell them that they're getting more of something awesome. That's what we want. This is the text that I use on my buttons all the time is yes, give me more of blank, right? Yes, I want my kick-ass workbook. Yes, I want my sales funnel blueprints. So next is social elements. I like to just kind of just put it out there because people are naturally going to be suspicious of information that they get on the internet and web pages that they go to outside of like YouTube and Facebook, right? So I like to kind of address it head on and also include proof of what I say. So here you can see this one. I just say, hey, who is this guy? And then just say, okay, well, this is who I am and this is what I've done. Here's some of my credentials, right? And also if there's any kind of giveaway, like why are you giving away for free? What's the catch, right? So just address those kind of things head on. And as you can see by my numbers here, it works really good for convincing people that you're someone who can be liked and trusted. And like I say, the other element that I like to use is just straight up proof shots, right? Especially if it's about something where it's selling online, show people screenshots of here's numbers that I had from selling stuff online. So don't be afraid to include proof shots on your landing page. I like to include a stack slide, even if it's going to be for a free offer. You can still jazz it up, right? Because anybody can get another PDF from a landing page or an opt-in page. But if you change it to an offer, then it's not just another commodity, right? And here's what I mean. When I use a stack slide, is that on the page, I'll say, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get this awesome 27-page workbook. Second, you're going to get, something. It's really easy to jazz up something plain like, a PDF workbook and include like, an audio version of you reading it, or a video of you going over like the main points in it, something like that. And then third, you can have something like you're getting information from a certified expert who's made $25 million in the last 6 months, right? So include, a stack slide takes it from being just a commodity and turns it into an offer. Next, don't be afraid to assign value, put a dollar value on what people are getting, especially if it's knowledge, information coming from you, because it shows people that they're getting that this stuff is valuable and that they're getting information from you. Next is I like to have a high quality picture of the thing. If you're not a Photoshop expert and you can do it well and fast, I would say outsource it. Go to Fiverr and be done with it. Just search through. You'll see some amazing work on there. Hand it off to that person, and then and lots of these people will work with you. If you've got your own like description, logo, image, color palette, any of that kind of stuff, you can throw it at them, and they will give you a quote for it, and you can do it for cheap on Fiverr. And like I say, unless you're good at Photoshop, don't waste your time. There's so much other stuff you can do, and so much time that you'll burn trying to do that, or watch a video that'll kind of show you how to do that thing that you need to make it look good. Just outsource it and be done with it. Now, the great news is if you've got an affiliate partner, generally they will hook you up with something like that, something that they've got, and you'll be able to use a good picture of whatever it is that they're opting in for. So for page length, I'd use different page lengths for my opt-in pages. Some are short, some are long. But if it's a short page, it's just going to be a picture of the lead magnet, the field for them to opt in, and then all of the tips that you saw above. That would be on a short page. A long page would be where it's going to be for like a free training or something. That's where I'm going to be more likely to use a stack slide and that type of element. But if it's something where they're getting, a 3-video series from me, that's when I'll use a longer opt-in page. Now, whether it's a short page or a long page, there's just some certain things. My opt-in box is always above the fold, always. If it's a long page, I'll use buttons at various points on the page, and if they click the button, it will basically slide the screen back up to the opt-in form for them to opt in again. You could hook it up to be multiple forms on the page, but I just did it so that it would go back to the initial form at the top of the page. If you're a little bit more techy, you could play around with that. And I use a pretty simple formula as far as if I have a video on the landing page, I'll basically explain who I am, what it is, how they get it, and what it's going to do for them. Hey, it's Sean Bailey. I've got a free report for you. All you have to do is just put in your name and email address, and I'm going to give you access to an awesome video series that's going to show you how to go and create your first money-making information product in the next 72 hours. All right? So I hope you like this video training, and if you want some more goodness for you, just go to seanbailey.com/sell online, and you can go check out this free 3-part video training. I'll see you inside.